Hi guys, welcome to the third video of the Alzheimer's prevention series. In this series, my aim is to talk about nutrition in a simplified form, and I started with the foods that we need to exclude from the diet in order to prevent Alzheimer's. And until now, in the first video, we talked about sugar, in the second video, we talked about bad fats, and now it's time to talk about processed foods, or pure evil, as I like to call them. Ever since I started talking about Alzheimer's prevention, I noticed that there is honestly very little interest in preventing not just Alzheimer's, but diseases in general. And in my opinion, this is due to the lack of awareness on how important prevention is, and also awareness regarding the fact that there are so many environmental factors that we can control in order to ensure that we remain disease-free later on in our lives. And one question that I get asked a lot when I talk about Alzheimer's prevention in particular is to summarize my conclusions, to give the nutshell, the bottom line. And a friend of mine asked me which is the food category which is most dangerous and increases the risk of Alzheimer's the most. And I answered without hesitation: processed foods. Why? Because processed foods is pure evil for a reason. Processed foods contains the worst. It has the highest content of trans fats, and we discussed in the previous video that trans fats are highly inflammatory, and for this reason they were banished from several European countries. Also, processed foods are very high in refined oils, in refined flour. They contain a variety of toxic chemicals like emulsifiers, like starches, modified starches, modified starch syrup, gums. Emulsifiers in particular are very dangerous for the microbiome. Why? Because they increase the permeability of the small intestine, which means that toxins are leaked into the bloodstream, and this is highly inflammatory in the body. And this is what we don't want. We don't want inflammation in our bodies, because this is the root cause of almost every disease. According to a large-scale study which was done over more than 100,000 people for a period of 18 years, it was found that the regular consumption of processed foods increased by 12% the risk of several types of cancer, including breast cancer in women. Also, the American Diabetes Association is listing the consumption of processed foods as one of the highest risk factors for type 2 diabetes. And also, we already know that processed food, the excessive consumption or even the moderate consumption of processed food, is at the root of the heart disease epidemic. And lastly, but most importantly for our conversation, processed foods increase significantly our risk for Alzheimer's disease. And I know how delicious processed food can be. It's so convenient, it's so accessible, it's addictive, because the food industry is engineering for processed food to be delicious, because they are making sure that each product reaches the bliss point, the perfect balance between sweetness, sourness, saltiness, bitterness. So this perfect balance that really makes us addictive to them. But we need to choose our health. We need to choose wisely. We can go into a rehab of processed foods, and we can come out at the other end of this journey feeling a lot better, more energetic, and we can really feel empowered that we are taking care of our life and we are controlling our destiny. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.